Okay guys, so when I'm playing collar and sleeve and he breaks my grip, I'm going to show you guys how I like to control the collar again and break his posture so he can attack me. So I have collar and sleeve. If he breaks the grip, first thing I like to do is to control his ankle, okay? Because if he breaks the collar grip and I keep holding the sleeve here, he's going to step back and do tornado pass. So when he breaks the grip, I switch to ankle, so I can step on his knee now and break his posture, okay? So holding the ankle, I'm gonna be pulling his leg, putting pressure on his knee. And at the same time, I'm gonna step on his knee, okay, making him lose his balance so he can reach the collar. Because I find a hard time to sit up and grab his collar, because of course he's gonna be defending, okay? So let's say you go there and you can't grab the collar because the guy's doing a good job defending. You're gonna step on the knee, pull the leg, I make him lose his balance and post his hand so he can sit up grabbing the collar, okay? And then I'm gonna have collar and sleeve again because I can switch from ankle to sleeve, okay? One more time. So I really like the collar and sleeve control. I think it's a really good guard because it's super easy to use your legs. You have a good control, like you break the posture, you can sweep. It's easy to attack the submission, okay? Well, let's say the guy did a good job breaking the grip. I don't want to keep holding his sleeve. If I see, he's moving back and trying to do a tornado pass, for example. That's what they always try to do, tornado pass. So he breaks the grip. I'm going to control his ankle, so I make sure, I hold him in this position. I have time to get my grips back. Step on his knee, okay? And if you just step on the knee, it's not going to work because he has good balance. So at the same time I step on his knee, I'm going to turn to this side and I'm going to pull his leg, okay? So I'm going to go like this. Pretty much putting pressure on his knee, just like if I'm trying to sweep him. Of course I'm not going to sweep him because he's going to post his hand, but this is going to be enough, okay, to grab the collar, and then I let him come back. I pull the collar. Every time I pull the collar, I pull really hard, so I make him, post his hands on me, like grab something. So I pull the collar, so I can grab the sleeve again, and I have the collar and sleeve. Okay, just one more time. Playing collar and sleeve. I'm always trying to pull the sleeve, because of course I don't want him to break the grip. So I always try to keep his hand close to my chest. If he did a good job and he was able to break the grip, I control the ankle, okay? Of course, I'm not going to stop here too much because he's going to try to jump over my leg, okay? So I need to do this really fast. When I control his ankle, I'm going to keep this hand here just in case he's trying to grab my collar or control my head like I'm defending. I'm going to step on his knee, turn to this side and pull his leg at the same time, okay? So step on the knee, turn to the side and pull the leg at the same time. So, he's going to lose his balance, he's going to have to post his hand. It will be much easier to grab the collar. When I grab the collar, I let him come back and I pull the collar as hard as I can. He's posting the hand on me, I grab his sleeve, step on his biceps, and then I have collar and sleeve again. Okay?
Let me show a version now. I do the same thing, but I try to time when the opponent is going to grab my hand to break the grip, okay? And I step on the leg. I do the same move, escaping my hip and lifting his ankle, okay? But I do like a collar drag, okay? So when I see he's trying to break my grip, now I push him and make him post the hand on the mat, okay? So this is a way to make him post the hands on the mat and stop trying to break my grip, okay? So every time I get the grip here and I see his hands going there, I step on the leg and do the hip escape, doing the same move that Professor Hoff just showed. Okay. I feel like it's really important for us to connect to the next move fast. Okay. So if we're here, I go there, I make him pose, I can't stop. Okay. Because if I stop here and I don't have the second grip, he's gonna go there and break the grip again. Okay. So a good variation would be like just push, make him pose, now you circle your foot. Okay, and start going under, like X guard, okay? Or you make him pose, you switch your grip to the belt, start speeding, Berimbolo, okay? But always going fast to the next step, okay? Don't stop, okay? And try to grab the collar again, because then they're gonna break your grip.
So the question is how to open my opponent's lapel whenever I'm attacking the baseball choke. I feel like this is a really common question we get a lot in the classes, and it's something I was having trouble with when I first started using the submission, but I feel more comfortable with it now. I feel like I understand the position a little bit better. So the first thing I'm doing, I like to stay in the knee slide position, keeping my foot in the reverse belly even. Okay, so I'm here, I'm in a good position. I like to make sure this is where I take out the lapel and I have a good grip before I start passing the guard and before I start finishing the submission. So I'll take my time here, I'll stay here, and I'll work to get a good grip before I start passing and eventually finishing. So a lot of times we're here, and if it's in the beginning of the fight, the lapel is tight, it's hard to get out. So even if my opponent, if they're using this knee shield or if they're trying to get the underhook, it's not a problem. Okay, I just take my time and I start working to get the lapel out. The first thing I do is I always pull this collar grip. I bring him close to me. If I feel like he's using this knee shield to extend himself, it's going to be hard for me to get this lapel out. So I always keep myself close above him with the weight on my hip. Okay? Even if he's getting the underhook, I stay back on my hip and I keep the weight here, pulling this collar. Now, I like to just start working this collar out until I feel like I have enough slack to start feeding it to my other hand. Okay? It'll take some time, but as long as we're staying here in a good base, our partner's gonna get tired and we can just kind of hang out here. Okay? Now, once I have the lapel out, okay, I'm pulling out. Now I start lowering my level and transferring it to my other hand. Okay? I keep adjusting the grip until I feel like it's tight enough to start passing and start finishing submission. Okay? So if I don't feel like it's tight, I stay here and I bring it all the way through. Okay? Now, even if he has the underhook, I like it when they have the underhook because it's easier for me to get the second grip. So I stay here, I start working to get my second grip, okay, before I finish sliding my knee and stepping over the head. So I'm here, I have a good grip. Very important to have a good first grip, okay? I can also use this crossface to keep his back on the mat if he's trying to make me go over and post the hands, okay? So it's very important to have a good first grip. Now I start working to get a good second grip. Okay, same thing. I adjust this one. Now I can start sliding and stepping on it to finish the submission. Okay, so we're here. If it's in the beginning of the fight, I have to take more time, get this lapel out, okay? But I'm in a good position so I can kind of hang out here. I'm always pulling this collar, keep my opponent's head close to me. Okay, I don't want him extending, making it hard for me to get this lapel. So I'm here. If he has an underhook, no problem. Okay, I just keep the weight back on my hips. Now, using this hand to escape his lapel and eventually start feeding it to my other hand. Once I feel like I have a good grip here, I'm going to start getting my second grip. Okay? Adjusting this grip until I start sliding and stepping over to finish the choke.
Please, can you go to the position just a minute? I do exactly the same thing that he's saying. I feel the biggest challenge here is to keep your weight on your hip. Okay, the opponent will be pushing, you'll be trying to use the knee shield, but like he said, if you have this grip here strong and you're always bringing the head like on your chest, it's easy to stay there. Okay, this is a technique that we work a lot in class. Keep the weight on your hip and pull the collar. Okay, trying to bring the head close to you. It's harder for your opponent to use the knee shield. Okay, harder for him to escape. You give him the option to go underhook, but that's fine. Okay, we like to work this position when the opponent has the underhook. Okay, so if you want to focus on one thing, is on your hip. Okay, just focus on your hip. All the weight needs to be there, good balance. Okay, because then like it will be easy for you to work with your arms. Okay, can you do the technique one more time so they can see? Yeah, very good. And like, it's really important to see too, like how he changed the level when he's attacking. Like he start here, so he has a lot of space to work. Once he gets the first grip, he starts changing the level, getting lower. Okay, because the second hand is gonna get in. And then once you get your second hand, like you try to go as low as possible. Okay, because you don't want to give your opponent the opportunity to start using the legs to trap your head. Okay, you want to defend the guard. Okay, so like you start getting tighter. Okay, and you start like getting lower. Okay, so you don't give your opponent the opportunity to replace the guard.
Sometimes I'm in the same position passing the reverse de la riva, and you know I have the grip there. I'm trying to stay super low and heavy, like have a good base. But if the guy is always going for the X guard, like he's trying to hug my leg, or sometimes trying to go for a deep half guard, and you know you're having a hard time to avoid this, maybe that's his game. What I like to do, I hold the collar and I change the angle. Okay, so I'm gonna touch his knee on the mat, and then this one I'm gonna try to keep on his stomach. Okay, so I go from here to here. I go like this. Because now I'm closing the space for the X guard and I'm changing the angle. So I feel like, you know, before I was here and now I'm here, I'm giving more space on this side. So I feel like even if he has the underhook, I can keep my knee on his stomach and then I can work to get this lapel. Okay, and a lot of times as I'm getting the lapel, he's gonna give space so I can control the head. Because he's gonna be worried about the lapel and not paying attention right here, defending his head, so I can control. And then I can pass the half guard, or I can keep working to get the lapel, give to my hand, and then I can go back to that same position. Okay, so it's just a different way to get a lapel if you're having a hard time here. This is a great position. I love passing like this, like pulsing my leg. That's you know how I always start. But just if I'm having a hard time here, I'm trying to use the technique and it's not working. Not because I'm doing wrong, but because the guy's doing a good job, you know, always hugging my leg, going for the X guard, or some guys like to play deep de la riva, deep half guard, I mean. So then I control the head, okay? I pull the collar, and I drop my knee right here, changing the angle, okay? So this is kind of like a weird position for him, because I'm far away. When he goes for the underhook, he's kind of like getting a lot of space, so it's easy to get the lapel. And you know, if he's trying to push me away, I can always come back for the knee slide pass. So I think it's something that makes the guy uncomfortable, because a lot of people pass from here. But now, when you change the angle, you know, it's weird for him to stay in this position on bottom. And I'm putting myself closer to his head, so it's gonna be easy to control his head. A lot of times if you are here, and the knee shoots here, you can't control the head. Or even if you do, it's easy for him to push you away. But if you're here and you change the angle, you're getting away from the knee shot and it will be easy to control the head. So then you can choose to keep passing the guard, or you can stay tight as you get the lapel. Once you get the lapel and you give to your hand, you can come back there. And then you can work to get a choke or just keep passing the guard. So it's just a different way to get the lapel if you're having a hard time. Especially if it's in the beginning of the fight. You know, the gi is super tight. Just one more option. Okay.
So sometimes we get stuck in this position with the guy grabbing our lapel, the Shin-to-Shin guard or sit-up guard. Okay. If I try to keep smashing through to the knee slide, it's going to be hard. It's hard for me to get this underhook, and it's also hard because it's going to be making me pulse my hands, it's going to be going to my back. Okay, it's a bad position for me. So, first thing, I need to keep my weight on my hips. Okay, I have to keep my base really heavy back here. Okay, I'm going to start walking to this side to create space for me to get this underhook. So I start walking, look, stretching this leg out. Okay. I'm going to get my hand in. I don't have to get all the way deep to an underhook here. I just need to get my hand in. I'm going to start stepping back to the knee slide position. Okay. I can start connecting my hands, putting a lot of pressure on him, making him break the grip, and I can finish my pass. Okay, again. Again, he's going to keep trying to make me post the hands, okay? If that happens, that's okay. Post your hands, push yourself back. Keep your weight on your hips, stay heavy, okay? I like to grab this knee right here. I think it helps guide his hips that way. And I'm also going to step this foot out, creating this space for me to put my hand. Now I get my hand here. I'm going to step hard to this side, okay? Getting this arm a little bit deeper. I'm going to look to connect my hands, put pressure with my shoulder, break his grip, and finish the knee slide. One more time. So look, I control the collar here. Okay, this is gonna keep him from sitting up. Control the knee here. My base is really heavy. Step to the side. My hand goes in. Step hard. Look to connect your hands. With shoulder pressure. Break his grip. And pass.
This is another technique that we work a lot in class. Okay, it's a good guard for the person unborn because they have good control. It's easy to sweep. It's really good for the end of the fight when you have to explode. Okay, you can get a single leg from there. And for the person on top, I feel like just like the footlock from when you're trying to do the Berimbolo, if you don't understand what you're doing, like you're gonna end up in a bad position. Okay, I see a lot of people making this mistake in competition. Like the guy on board is playing this guard and they keep trying to pass. Okay, and then eventually, like you're gonna post your hands on the mat and the person's gonna get a single leg or take your back. Okay, but if you recognize the position when you are on top and you are able to get that hand in and go back to knee slide, you're gonna be safe and you can pass the guard. Okay, so understanding the position is always like the best option. Okay, because here he has a really good control. Okay, has a really good control. Even if I'm stronger than him, if he keep trying to pass here, I don't have space for the underhook. Okay, he's gonna make me post my hands on the mat. Okay, especially in the tournament when the guy's exploding. Okay, sometimes we are tired. Okay, especially if it's in the end of the fight. Okay, just like Dan said, like keep the weight on your hip. Okay, trying to stay as heavy as possible. Always going to the other side, putting his back flat on the mat. Because now look, when I go to the other side, look how he's opening his elbow here and giving space. So I'm here, look. He gives the space, my hand's already in. Now I'm safe, okay? I can start sliding my knee because I have the underhook. Okay? Now if he's trying to sweep, I can post my hand, I have the underhook. My leg will be much stronger here because of this underhook. Okay? So understanding the position is the first step, okay? Because then you're going to be comfortable, you have a goal when your opponent has that guard.
Let me just show you something. Another situation happens to me all the time, and you just need to know, so you don't get surprised there. Let's say he has the same guard, he has a sit-up guard using the lapel, and it doesn't matter if he's hooking my shin or not. Okay, every time he has a lapel like this, and I'm trying to pass using the technique that Coach Danny was showing. Okay, let's say I'm in this situation where I was trying to do that, but he makes me pulse, and he's already trying to sweep. So of course, if he's making me pulse, I want to push back and go back here, get base, and do the technique. But just in case he makes me pulse, and I feel I'm off balance, and he's already trying to go on top, you can't wait too much. Okay, so there's no way when he's like this, I'm gonna hold him. If he has good grip, I'm not gonna hold him. He's gonna do a technical stand up and sweep. Okay, so you need to have a good timing. If you see the guy is going for the sweep and you're posting your hands, you're gonna have to back step. Okay, and end up on the other side. Then you're posting your hand, you skip back, you move your hips away. Okay, so you switch sides as fast as you can. If you see you lost your balance, you had to post and the guy's coming on top. Because otherwise, he's gonna do a technical stand up and take you down. So, for sure this is like easier, okay, safer, like you want to control the fight better, so you want to stay here and walk to the side and use this technique is safer, okay. This one I'm showing now is just in that situation where, you were not able to do this. The guy made you post and he's already coming, okay. So, if I wait too much, he's going to stand up and then I'm going to be in a single leg position, he's going to take me down, okay. So I need a good timing. Okay, if I feel I was, trying to pass and he's going for a sweep, I'm going to just step to the side. It doesn't matter if he has the hook, like turn this way. If he has the hook there, that's fine. That's why I'm pulsing my hand. I'm not trying to control his head, because then my upper body will be too low. He's going to sweep me. Okay, so I keep pulsing my hand. I grab the far leg, so try to sweep me this side here. I just keep passing, and into the side control. Okay, so I just want to show you guys, because sometimes you're going to be trying to pass a guard. Okay, you want to use the technique, of course. But if your opponent is very explosive, okay, going for a single leg, you're going to have, to know this option so you don't get surprised. So if you have to post your hand and the guy's coming on top, you just backstab. Okay?
Guys, this is a question a lot of people are asking in class, especially with the type of game we play, like controlling the belt, using the deli hiva. Our feet are sometimes exposed, like if you don't know how to hide your feet. So just some quick examples of how to escape and defend our feet, like when he's attacking our foot for the ankle lock or the toe hold. So when he's here, and I see him reaching, as soon as I see him reaching, go back. As soon as I see him reaching for the foot lock, it's a good idea to try to turn your knee inside, heel out. Okay, so I'm always turning my toes towards him, cup and closing my knee. Okay, here he loses the ankle. It's going to be easier for me to start facing him, going to his back, if he tries to keep holding my foot there. So turn this way so you can see. So as soon as I'm here, maybe I have collar and ankle, I'm trying to step on him. As soon as I see him grab the foot lock, I turn my knee inside. Okay, he loses the angle here. If he tries to keep holding my foot, going for the foot lock, I can pull him on top of me, make him post his hands. Now it's going to be even easier to start looking for his back. Without his hands, he's not going to be able to finish the foot lock. Okay? So really quick and easy, as soon as I see him going for the foot, my knee goes inside. Just closing my knee. It's a really bad angle here. If he tries to go for the foot lock, he's going to be more on my shin, not on my ankle. Okay? If I'm able to go here and put his hips on the mat, I start spinning for the Berimbolo. Sometimes they start going for the toe hold here. Okay, good technique for brown belts and up. If I stop here and freeze, that's when it's going to be really bad for me. Okay, so you can't have your foot get attacked. Stop and look and see what's happening. You guys have to keep going with the technique. Don't try to back up and come back out because I'm going against the submission. It's hurting my ankle when I try to come back out this way. So from here, if I keep finishing the Berimbolo and keep going in the same direction, I'm going to help relieve the pressure. So I reach for the far leg, bring it over, I start taking the back, and now I reach immediately for the bicep to try to break the grip. So I pull the bicep, breaking the grip, and pull him all the way to my chest. So here I start attacking, hips on the mat. When I spin, he's going to catch the toe hold here. Don't stop. Don't try to reverse it. Just keep going with the technique. Okay? His hands are going to be busy doing that while I'm taking his back. I'm going to finish the back attack. Okay? Scoot back this way. I'm going to finish the back attack while he's holding my foot. But I'm going to reach here, underhook his bicep. You can go 2-on-1 if you need. Break the grip and pull him all the way to your chest. Getting the seatbelt. Okay? I like when they attack my foot there because their hands are going to be busy attacking my foot for the foot lock. It doesn't hurt in that position. And I'm going to be there climbing up to the back. Okay? So one more time. So hips on the mat. I go to spin. They attack my foot, no problem. Don't stop. Reach your hand all the way across. Pull the knee on top of your shin. Start stretching them out. And I go right for the arm. I stick my hand through the hole. I hug his bicep. And I just pull his shoulder and elbow to me, breaking his grip. And I wrap up the seatbelt.
Nice. I feel like this is the biggest mistake that I see, like when people are trying to defend the submission, like they stop, okay, and then they give time for the opponent to adjust the position and keep going. Okay, so like I use the techniques exactly how he showed, like these two techniques. I defend the foot lock, turning my knee, the straight foot lock, turning my knee, and I defend the toe hold, just like finishing the Berimbolo. Okay, just like a cross collar from the close guard. Look at the close guard. The guy gets the cross collar. If I stay here, I'm not defending. I just like keep thinking about what he's doing. Like he's gonna finish. He's gonna adjust the position, finish. But if I have the right reaction, okay, when he's moving, he's trying to adjust the position, and I'm using my hand to defend the choke. it will be much easier for me to escape. Okay, so it's important for us to know like what to do, because then when you see the opponent attacking you, you're gonna be comfortable, okay, because you're doing the right thing. Okay, like if you don't know what you have to do and you just keep watching what your opponent's doing, then you don't have any reaction. You're not reacting. You're not defending. And you're gonna attack. You're gonna feel the pressure and tap. Okay, so like understanding the position is the first step, and it's really important for us.
I think a lot of times, like when people are attacking like footlocks or ring position, like you're always just watching, and like that you're gonna get submitted or the guy's gonna let go. But if you make the adjustment in the beginning, like, then it starts getting easier. You understand like where you're comfortable, and how to start escaping.
Yeah, I see a lot of this position too. When the guy has the straight foot lock and the other guy has the foot on the hip here. Okay, so a lot of people see like the black belts in the competition and they think, oh, like they don't tap with the straight foot lock or they don't feel the pain, like their feet are really flexible. Like I think the most important for us, like I understand how to put my leg in the position where I'm safe. Okay, so a lot of times when you guys see in the competition, like the guy has a really bad toe hold, but my knee is in the right angle, so I'm not feeling the pain. Okay, or like straight foot lock, the same thing. Like when the guy is going, if I don't turn my knee, like I'll be feeling the pressure here. But when I see him going to the attack, like I turn my knee, and then now even if it looks really tight, like I'm not feeling any pressure because my knee is in the right position to defend. Okay, so like a lot of times we see the position. Like I saw like my finals from last year, like my foot's like all bent, but I was not feeling any pressure, like, because my knee was in the right position. Okay, so that's what you need to see. Like always, like look for the knee. Okay, if my knee is pointing up like this in a straight foot lock, I will probably be feeling the pain. Okay, but like if my knee is turning down or to his stomach like this, I'm already safe in a good position. Okay, because even if he's stretching my ankle, look, I'm not feeling the pressure. It's not extending. Okay, this part. Okay, so the same thing for the toe hold. Like a lot of times they have the toe hold here, but like if I stay here and I don't move, he's gonna finish. He's gonna bring my toes, okay, here and finish. But if I just turn my knee a little bit, like now, like even if he turns, like I'm not feeling any pressure. Okay, understanding that's really important. Okay, what I like to do, I remember doing a lot, is just like get a partner in class, okay, and drill the foot lock and drill like trying to stay comfortable, finding the right angle for your knee, right angle for your foot. Okay, because then if you understand how your leg needs to be in that position, okay, you have a goal once your opponents start attacking. Okay, then it's easier for you to stay calm in that position. Okay.
Okay. A lot of students also ask about avoiding the knee bar when playing the La Riva. So that's why, like when we play the La Riva, we always try to control the leg. So this leg here, not the far leg. Okay, because if I'm trying to control the La Riva using the La Riva to control the guard, and I go deep the La Riva, I'm giving the chance to step back and do a knee bar. Okay, so it's very easy, like super simple. You just need to know what to do, like understand the technique. If you're trying to control, you're gonna use the De La Riva just like this. Okay? You don't need to go to the far leg. You don't need the deep De La Riva. Okay, so you're not gonna, for example, go here and go deep De La Riva and stay there controlling the De La Riva guard. I'm giving you the opportunity to attack. Okay, so I'm gonna just use the regular De La Riva, and then I can use the deep De La Riva when I'm attacking. Okay, because when I'm attacking, he's gonna be off balance, so he's not gonna go for the knee bar. So we're gonna use the De La Riva hook like this, controlling the guard, and then if I decide to attack him, I'm gonna make him be off balance first, so then I can use deep De La Riva. Okay, of course, never going too deep, like I don't want to put my knee there. Okay, I think that's why sometimes people, you know, they're trying to do the Berimbolo or any other De La Riva technique going to the back, and then they end up tapping the knee bar position because they go too deep. Okay, so you just need to make sure you always keep your knee out. Okay, so let's say if I'm spinning, I'm gonna bend my knee and I ball up, so I go like this. So I'm always defending my knee. I never extend my leg too much. Okay? So it's not like defending is just avoiding that situation. So if you do a good job understanding how to control the De La Riva in the beginning, you're avoiding the knee bar. If you know what to do when you're doing the Berimbolo, you always keep your knee out, you're avoiding the knee bar. Okay. And in case the guy gets a knee bar, you just need to grab the knee and pull. It's easy to stop if you're fast. If you wait too much, it's risky. You don't want to get hurt. So a lot of people tap really fast. So just make sure, let's say, you had a mistake. Let's say you go for a knee bar, or for a Berimbolo and the guy gets a knee bar, you end up there. Okay? It's not going to help if I'm grabbing the collar or trying to hold him and just watching the submission. What I need to do as fast as possible, I'm going to grab his knee, I'm going to move my bottom knee this way, like pulling guard, and I'm going to pull his knee. Okay? So I open up space, so now he's not like squeezing my leg and going for the knee bar. So never stay like this trying to, trying to resist or trying not to tap, okay? He's going to adjust, and eventually get the submission. So if he's going for the knee bar, we're going to hug his knee, okay? And we're going to pull guard this way. Turning my knee to the other side. Okay. Well, of course, you want to try to avoid the situation. If you do a good job in the beginning, you're not gonna have to stop the knee bar. You're just avoiding the knee bar.
Yeah, this is a question that I feel like every seminar we have. Okay, and people in class ask all the time like how to defend the footlock. I feel like the most important for us, especially competitors, like understanding the position and start feeling comfortable. Just like any other. Like when you're learning how to defend your guard, you need to understand how to stay comfortable on bar. When you're learning how to pass the guard, you need to understand how to stay comfortable there. Like defending footlocks, or knee bar, is the same thing. Like you guys need to understand the position so you're comfortable. You know what to do when you're in that position. Okay, I feel like, especially in training, like all your training partners attack footlocks on you all the time. If they see that you don't tap in that position or you know how to defend and then it's hard to tap in that position, they're going to stop attacking. Okay. When people see that you tap really fast and they're having a hard time in the row, they're going to attack your foot. Okay. So you should not be I don't want anyone to attack my foot. No, you need to improve your game and trying to find ways to defend and learn how to understand the position. Okay. And understand the position, because then people are going to start attacking because they will not be able to finish it. They're gonna just spend a lot of energy and get tired there. Okay, so don't complain if people get you tap. Okay, but after the class, try to understand the position, try to learn how to defend. Talking about competition mindset now. Okay, I feel like being nervous, it's really normal. Okay, I have been competing for 13 years and I still feel nervous every tournament that I go. I feel like every time you want something really bad, you're gonna get nervous because you're scared of you're not gonna succeed or it's not gonna go well. Okay, so we should focus on our work, just on our training, and just trying to increase your level. That's what I try to tell the students all the time. Okay, and that's what our professor always told us. Focus on yourself. You're gonna be always in a bracket where you have another guy that's winning the tournaments, or you have guys that are really good, or you always have this situation. Okay, of course, in the black belt, the guys that you're gonna fight against, they're more famous, but in the blue belt, you already know who the guys are, who are the best guys. Purple belt, you know who they are. You always know the guys that are in your division. I feel we should forget about that, okay, and always focus on our training, improving our level, because this is the only way to feel comfortable when you go there, okay. See your progress in class, okay. You start training, when you start, everyone can beat you, and then you keep working, you see your progress. People that were tapping you 2 times, 3 times, now they're not able to beat you anymore. And then you see that you're doing better. And then you train with the same person after a couple months, you see that you are able to get a submission, you are able to pass the guard, you are able to take the back. And that's how I evaluate the progress. That's how my professor always told us. Like, I'll always get the guys that are giving you trouble, okay, and always focus on like beating them in class, because that's how you're going to improve. You're always pushing yourself. You always have a competition inside of the academy, and it's going to push you more in class. Because like, if you keep that mindset like, you don't care about winning or losing, if you're a competitor and you don't care about winning or losing in class, you're not gonna be a good competitor in the competition. There's no way to change your mindset when you go to the competition. You need to have like the same mindset that you have every day. Of course, we control emotions. Like, you lose, you get upset, but you can get crazy when you're in the academy. Like, it's fine to get upset, but like, it's training. Okay, you lost. You have the chance to do it again right after. Okay, so that's why it's important to have this mindset, because you can always fix your mistakes right after. When you finish the round, if you did really bad, like, invite your training partner to go again, try to do better. If you do bad, go again, go next day. Okay, you always have the chance to overcome. Okay, and a lot of times I see in the academy, I saw many times before, I saw with me, like, you do all the work that has to be done, like, you feel that you're doing really good in class, you go to the competition and you don't have the results that you want because you're not able to transfer the same like performance that you have in class to the competition. Like, this is normal. I feel like competition is always hard. You have the adrenaline, like, you need to learn how to compete. Okay, like, in the academy, like, we always try to simulate the competition, like trying to give goals, like, you're losing, you have 2 minutes to win, you have to do this, like, you're winning, you have to hold, like, we always try to give the goal so the person feels like the competition. But when we go there, you have the real pressure, like, you have like they score, you have the time, you have the referee. Sometimes like the referee makes a mistake in the middle of the fight or doesn't give the points that you think you deserve, and you need to deal with that mindset in the middle of the fight. Like, I feel like just competing more and more, it's gonna make you learn how to be a good competitor. Like, doesn't matter how good you get in the class, this is just the first step. And then like the other part, the other 50%, like just competing like as often as you can, because then you learn how to deal with points, score, referee, like people cheering against you, and your coach, you learn how to listen and how to react fast. Okay, I feel like we have 50% of the work that has to be done in the academy, and to be a really good competitor, there's 50% that you need to learn how to transfer like your performance from the academy to the competition. This is hard, okay, and we need to compete as much as we can. Okay, so we get nervous, we go there, we make mistakes, and after a while you're gonna figure out how to do, how to balance. You're gonna be always nervous, but you're gonna learn how to balance your confidence. Okay, and then once you start fighting, you feel comfortable. Okay, this is the biggest challenge: you feel comfortable in the competition. Okay. What are you saying?
One thing that helps me a lot. Talking more about the moments before you step on the mat and you're about to go there and perform. I always try to not find an excuse, because a lot of times you're there, you're gonna have a tough fight, and then your mind is gonna try to find excuse. I lost because something happened last week, or the night before I ate something bad and I was not feeling good. Your mind will try to find something, just like in case you lose, you can blame on that. So I think it's really important to, be true to yourself and not find excuse, because that's gonna help you. Because when you find excuse, you're already accepting that you're gonna lose. Why would you find excuse if you're gonna win? So I think it's really important, when you're there, you're about to step on the mat, and your mind is going there, trying to make you accept losing. You can't find excuse. You need to try to push that away and just try to be confident. Of course, you know what you did, you know how hard you have been working. Okay, but that's something that I do, and I keep doing every competition, because every time I'm about to step on the mat and fight, my mind is doing that, trying to give me something, just in case I lose,
I can blame on that. And if I take that, I think I'm setting to lose before I start the fight. So I think it's really important to push that way and just, you know, make sure you're fighting, you start the fight, and you do not set, you know, to lose.
Yeah, one thing that I feel like I got way better like the last couple of years is like understanding that people that are on your side, like your training partners, your professor, or like your family, like they're gonna support you doesn't matter what. Like if you win, if you lose, if like doesn't matter what happened, they will be always on your side. So you should not be like worried about them when you're going to fight. You should not be worried like I'll be like embarrassed or like I'll like perform really bad and then disappoint them. Like because they're gonna be always on your side supporting you. Okay, so try to forget about that and like just think about you and what you have to do. Okay, so like I remember many times before, especially like when I was lower belt, like going there and like watching like my professor and my teammates like all there watching me fight, like, and moments before the fight I was like thinking about like, oh, they're gonna be watching, like I need to do well, like, and now like the last couple of years I was just like doing it like for myself, and like I knew that like doesn't matter the outcome, like they would be on my side and supporting, like, and the next day like winning or losing I would be there training, okay, and trying to improve. I think it keeps me more like calm when I'm fighting. Okay, like a lot of times we care so much about what people are gonna think about us that we lose the focus. Okay, like we should not focus on the outside. We just focus on the fight. Like trying to feel comfortable there, trying to understand what's happening. Because if you take away the focus, like you keep focus on the outside, what's happening outside, who is watching you, who's not, what's happening there. Like, then like your opponent's focusing just on you, okay, and then he's gonna start the fight 100%, and you're gonna be kind of cold and slow, okay, and then I feel like you start slow and then like you get surprised in the fight, okay. So I always try to focus on the fight, trying to like moments before the fight I just try to feel comfortable, okay. Even like doesn't matter the situation, I always try to feel comfortable and focus on what I have to do.
For me, the competition is, you know, it's like taking a test. I try to take my opponent completely out of it, especially now, and I just focus on, you know, what I have to do when I'm out there. It's kind of, you know, right before I step out onto the mat and the morning of when I'm in the bullpen, I'm always thinking about, you know, the fight, like my ideal situation, what I want to happen. And then I start like letting my fear just kind of run wild, and I kind of enjoy this part. I used to be scared of it and I wouldn't address it, and it would show when I competed. I would get surprised a lot more. But now I just let my imagination run wild. Like, what if my legs get really tired? What if my lungs start burning? You know, what about the crowd cheering against me? Or what if I get, you know, tapped out in 5 seconds? Like I let all the worst case scenarios unfold in my mind. And then as each one pops up, I kind of address it with an answer. Like, oh, this is how I would do that. This is what I would respond with in this situation. And then that gives me confidence, just like studying for an exam. I'm like, okay, I did my homework, I did the extra studying, I did the practice, so I'm completely prepared for all the situations. And then when I see that it's just situations that I have to respond to or initiate, then I feel like the anxiety like really disappears, and then it's very clear what I have to do, and I'm able to control the adrenaline and the pace of the fight a lot more. And I'm also able to let go of the forces that I can't control, like Professor D said, you know, like can't control the referee and things like this. I can't control what people outside of the fighter are saying. And then once I realize I can't control that, I can just like calmly let it go. And that also releases a lot of anxiety and a lot of pressure. And then I'm able to just focus on the performance and responding with the right move at the right time.
Yeah, I think there's no secret. Like, I think like you need to compete as much as you can, because this is the only way to start feeling comfortable. Nervous, you're gonna be like always, because we all care about winning. We all want to go there and perform well. Okay, like one thing that I see a lot, and like I used to do a lot, and I remember like my professor talking to us, is like when you see the brackets and then like you start talking and like you forget about you and you start focusing on your opponents, what they do and like what they won. Like, oh, I'm the first fight with the guy that won like last year Pan Ams or last year Worlds. Like, I remember like when we were like lower belts, like talking about the guy that we were going to fight in the academy, and our professor just being like, guys, stop talking about the guy, stop focusing on him and just focus on yourself. Like, it doesn't matter what he's good at, like you're really good and you can do your game. You can get there and use your techniques and he's not gonna have any chance to use his techniques. So like, don't even worry about what he's gonna do, okay? And I think this is one thing that makes us like get scared. Like, if you see your bracket. Of course, like, I like to see my brackets. It's always good to be prepared and see who you're gonna fight against. But like, if you focus too much, I'm gonna fight the first fight against the guy that won last year Pan Ams. Like Professor Half said, like I feel like if you keep like telling yourself, ah, that guy won that, like you're trying to find the excuse to lose. Okay, so you should be like, oh, what I have to do? I have to do this. Just focus on your game. All the other guys are there, they're trying to take it away from you. Okay. So what we need to do, we need to focus on ourselves. Like, just come to the academy, like work hard, try to fix your mistakes. Like, if you're still having trouble in the class with people that are close to your weight division or close to your belt level, like you need to figure out why you're having this kind of trouble, and like always trying to like fix the gaps that you have in your game, because this is the only way to perform good in the competition. Okay. Having a really good jiu-jitsu, okay, so having a really good level is the first step. Okay, if your jiu-jitsu is not good, it's hard to win. Okay, so you need to come here, work hard, and have a really good jiu-jitsu level, and then compete as much as you can. Okay, to get more comfortable in the competition. Okay, if we're able to do these 2 steps, like doesn't matter how long it takes, you're gonna succeed.